Hey Pisces, welcome to Wild Pearl Tarot and welcome to your timeless message for the day. We're going to be starting with the oracle cards here. This is the Divine Feather deck and we're going to be getting a broad view of where your reading is going. It's kind of like the title of the song, right? And then we're going to be getting into the verses, bridges, and choruses of this song called Pisces Future. All right, if you'd like for me to send you my prayers, send you my good energy, say hi in the comment section. That way I've got something to focus on. Even if it's an emoji, it just represents your energy. We have the eagle. How majestic. You are learning all aspects of spiritual connection and reaching new heights. It'll be interesting to see if you get the Magician or the Fool card. If you're getting opportunities like aces, excuse me, these are moments of fresh, new chances to kind of exercise that spiritual side of ourselves. Every side of ourselves is spiritual, but we forget about faith, we forget about hope. We also forget about forgiveness and some of the harder ones. Let's get into your tarot reading. And please hit the like button if you are enjoying this at all so far. It really helps the channel and I appreciate it. Thank you so much. All right, Pisces. What does Pisces need to know? What message does Pisces need to know right now? You guys, the Fool card. There it is. All right. So you are getting a new opportunity. It could come in the way of a relationship. It could come in the way of something creative or career for you. We'll unpack this shortly. But I just must say that our oracle card to begin this reading with was pointing that out, is that this new thing on its way to you is going to be touching on your spiritual side. It's going to be a spiritual growth kind of thing, okay? Wow. Okay, I want to unpack this just a little bit more before I flap my gums. To unpack the Fool, we have the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man is Piscean energy, and it's about getting a different perspective on something. So, Page of Cups, please unpack that. We've got a page on top of a page. This is new and exciting. It's going to open your mind. It's going to, another Page of Pentacles. Being open to the unknown. Oh my gosh, this is a big leveling up. Okay, bear with me, one more. Yeah, this is not subtle at all. Okay, so you are officially breaking out of any kind of stuckness. If it felt like Groundhog's Day for a bit for you guys, but yet you're still juggling things and maybe multitasking and just trying to reprioritize, but maybe even some of you guys feeling a little cloudy or disoriented, unfocused. It's not a very fun feeling. There's something you're leaving behind, a chapter of life, a person, a situation that is going to allow things to get much more clear. You're leaving that place of difficulty around your focus, of cloudiness. And that's because you have somebody who's coming into your life, and they could be a water sign, or they could just have similarities to you. And that is that they're compassionate, that they're emotionally smart. You know, Pisces are emotionally evolved in ways that are very special because they extend outside of themselves. So they can be very nurturing, empathic, intuitive. You're leaving an old way of doing things. You're leaving an old chapter of life. And it's kind of a big jump, a leap of faith, because what you're going towards is very new. It's very new, but it's very good. We have the Wheel of Fortune. For some of you guys, it must be said, but for some of you guys, this is somebody from your past coming back around, or an opportunity coming back around. That's not going to be all of you. With the Wheel of Fortune, it's a reminder that you're exactly where you're supposed to be, that all the events in your life leading up to this moment were actually meant to happen because you're meant to meet this person. And for some of you guys, meant to meet them again, but in different circumstances. You're not going to be going back to the juggling. You're not going to be going back to that unfocused place because you are starting this brand new journey. Like I said, and it's all about gaining a new perspective, a fresh perspective that sometimes requires a sacrifice, okay? So now we have all these pages, and pages in tarot introduce very new things. It's allowing yourself to be open-minded and naive the way a child is, so that you believe in magic again, so that you believe in love and create the creative forces again. Now, out with these energies came the Three of Wands, and this is making new plans. For some of you guys, this quite literally means traveling over water. It's very literal, right? But there's still, you're still holding on to your old life, like he's holding on to that staff. But you're waiting for those ships to come in. You've been doing some big energy work. You've been doing some manifesting, because this comes about when you've been manifesting, you've been praying. The Page of Cups, let's talk about that energy. So this is the miracle energy of where you least expect it. You find something very special. And it's not that it can't exist there, it's just that you didn't go looking for it. And that is symbolized by the fish leaping out of this cup. Can a fish survive in a goblet of liquid, of water? Liquid, that's a tricky word. Of water, yes, it can. It can survive in a cup of water. But would you ever expect finding one there? No. And I love using that metaphor. You've seen me use that metaphor before. But yeah, that's what that is. It's like, it's flirty, playful energy. And for the arts, for some of you guys who are like, this is not a love reading for me, that's fine. The energy can apply to both. What that means for you, individuals, is that this is something really cool and playfully creative. This is like falling in love with watercoloring, and you've never done that before, and you're willing to learn something about it and evolve in it, and you're willing to be a novice at it. So this is the same thing with love. So you're willing to be surprised. Is this kicking you out of an old thought pattern, it's like taking off an old dirty coat that you've been wearing for too long, and you're getting too hot in it anyway, and you're going to allow fresh breeze hit your skin, you know? We've got the Page of Wands, and this is talking about keeping an open mind, being willing to be surprised and going with it. It's a flexibility, which is really cool. And that's because, why is that, right? So we've got the Judgment card upside down. You've been a little spiritually constipated, for lack of a better term, and that's changing right now. It's changing on the heels of an opportunity to learn more about a person or a place. There's research involved, there's a learning curve involved. And why? It's because there's options. So you're gonna have, all of a sudden, thrown at you these options. And we can easily, as human beings, superimpose what we want onto something. So it's very important to be discerning. And how do we do that? We find out more about it. We research it, we talk, we communicate. So that's a really powerful message so far. I want to unpack this a little bit more and get some advice. So stand by. Let's get some advice for Pisces about going forward into this new adventure. What does Pisces need to be aware of? And of course, advice from tarot online, on video. This is all up to you whether or not you take it. It's just feel in your body if it resonates. It's up to you if you take this, not up to me, not up to tarot. What does tarot have for Pisces? I must say that. So, Six of Cups in reverse. What advice for Pisces? Three of Cups upright. I'll explain these in a moment. Okay, you are closing an old chapter with your past. At some point with these relationships of your past, these people you had, it could be family, it could be old friends. They were comfort zones. They became comfort zones. And at that point, they became, you weren't quite sure if you were excited about the friendship, or you're excited about moving forward, or if it was possible to move forward. So by recognizing that maybe it needs a new place, maybe it needs a place in your memories, and you need to be able to leave it and move forward, make new friends, because there's a hold that these memories, or that this past that these people have on you, that might be keeping you in that stuck place. So it's really, the Emperor flies out because you're taking control. It doesn't mean you need to leave these relationships forever. It just means that something is kind of coming out of the woodwork. Something's being revealed about them. And I think it's about taking control of your circumstances and in your life in a new way. What works for you may not work for them. You need to grow. And that's just it. Sometimes it doesn't make them bad. It doesn't make people or places or things bad, but comfort zones can sometimes keep you from growing. And so you can always go back to that. But in order to, there's a lot of cards right now, I have to tell you, around researching and learning more about something. And so some of you guys are going to be taking classes, enrolling in a college course, or going through technical school, or learning a new skill set, but it's pushing you forward into the next chapter of your life. And so just to know that sometimes your past can keep you in your past, because you've got new friends and new celebrations to have. And this is an old tired chapter that you're holding on to. And so it's good to spend a little bit of time and ask, is there something about this, holding on to it, that you're trying to prove to yourself, or that you're trying to break a cycle of? And then ask yourself, how much time could I possibly spend on this? Maybe it's time to just move forward, and that's the answer. And so classes, or whatever pops you into, it could be a person, whatever pops you into that new and naive, like embrace the unknown, embrace the newness of learning a skill, embrace the newness of developing a talent, and learning about somebody. So that's going to be your answer. And onward and upward, you guys. Please like and subscribe. I'll see you very soon for your next readings. Take good care.